Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello farmers, welcome back to Ravenport. Hopefully you guys enjoy the first episodes on the first day release, well at least for me anyways. But I've been a little busy in between episodes. First thing, if you look at the money, let's start with that. I did not earn that much money doing contracts. I went into the bank account to see how much money we could draw on a loan. So we're maxed out on our loan. You can borrow up to $500,000 on Farm Manager is what we started the farm at, which is the middle section. Not the easy, not the hard, but the medium. So I maxed out our loan because I want to see what we can buy, spend on, all that fun stuff. I have bought more chickens. So we have all the chickens. We have the white chickens, the black chickens, the brown chickens. The white chickens are kind of funny because if you look at them at one angle, they're white, but if you get them at a different angle, they look black. Like that one right there, my circle's over. It looks like a black chicken until you get up to it and get the sun just right, and it's a white chicken. We do have two roosters in here, but it doesn't always show both roosters. I think when the farms spawn in, it just takes into account what you have bought, and it'll spawn in a certain amount of chickens, cows, horses, whatever. But our chicken's doing fine. I have not sold any eggs yet. So I don't know if there's 1,000 liters per box or what the deal is there. We may find out later on. One thing I did notice though, I had the Massey Ferguson parked over here because I was cleaning them out, and I left the Massey Ferguson parked here inside the zone. And I fast forward time one night. I think it's only been like 2 farm days since the last recording. But I kept getting the sign that says no room for eggs. So I slowed down time, and I came over here, checked, and there was no eggs here, and like there's nothing here blocking it. Fast forward time, no room for eggs. I finally moved the Massey Ferguson, which was over here in these markers. Fast forward time, I started getting eggs. So keep that in mind. I don't know if that's just me, if it was a glitch or what. But don't have anything inside the markers, I would say, on any placeable for animals right now. Or, I mean, you can, but if you happen to get no room for whatever, just make sure nothing's in the markers for that particular pen. Our wheat field and canola field are ready. Actually, it would only have to be one engagement. No, it's been 2 days. I did turn withering back. I turned it on, and then I turned it back off because this field over here, which was potatoes, just she would not harvest them. So I said, I'll harvest them. That was a pain in the butt because the tractor that was moving the tops had narrow tires on it, but the harvester I was hauling behind it did not have narrow tires on it, and it could only harvest 1 row at a time. But the tractor could remove the tops on 4 rows, so the wide tires on the harvester was crushing the crops. So I did about 2 rows. I said, no, I'm not going to do this. And it took me forever just to do 2 rows. And I canceled the job, and I got charged $10 for damaged crops. And I can imagine if I did the whole field, how much I would have lost. But finally, she planted canola in here. I did fertilize it as a job. So it's 50%. It does have 100% weeds. But unless she has a job for us to do the weeding, which is field 19, nothing yet. We'll leave it at, I've got a one-time speed. If she hires me to do it, I'll do the weeds, but we will be buying this land here today. Just because it's hard to put more placeable downs, because I don't, I got to get used to, you can't just place things down anywhere. You got to own the land, so this is all we own. And I started looking at land elsewhere. I thought about buying like a decent sized field. That's not going to happen. Yeah, so I thought about buying field 13. I got to hit X. But you can see that's 850. We don't have that money unless I cheated in. Even these fields up here, the smaller ones are 400. And then up here, we start to get into where I could afford it. But then again, my farm's down here. To bring everything up here and without follow me or anything like that, that's a lot of trips. So right now, I think we're just going to kind of focus here. I could buy even that field there, but the one thing I kind of don't like about it is you click on the zone that you want to buy, which it tells you the price, but it doesn't really tell you the size of the field that's in it. So like you're trying to look at this like, is this field bigger than this field? Wait a minute. If you walk up to it and do field info, does it tell you the size of the field? It just says the name of the owner, what the fruit type is, and the growth. It just says growing. It does not tell you the size of the field. But I think we're going to buy this one anyways, just because it's here. It's next to all of our equipment. Yada, yada, yada. Also, I did finally put down the workshop. Only because these two fields got weeds in it again. They didn't get them again until the second growth stage, which means I could not use the weeder. I would have to use herbicide. And as you saw before, with non-narrow tires, I tried it in this little corner right here. I drove right here and it crushed the crop. I said, okay, so I need narrow tires to crush the minimal amount of crop as possible. Narrow tires doesn't damage crops at all, so you can drive around the field in donuts if you want to. Also, just make sure your implement has narrow tires as well. So narrow tires, you know, you would think narrow tires still would damage some crops if you go over them, but they're narrower, so it's going to damage less crops. But it damages none. So yeah, that actually placed me. The building is 28 grand. But with landscaping, I think I got it just under 30 grand. So I have to pay that much of landscaping. It's nice and flat. The reason why the front loader is there is because I was putting the narrow tires on. And I had to take it off because they kept wanting me to change something to do with the front loader. So I had to take it off and do that. What I do need to do before I start anything else is we need to hop into the Massey Ferguson. And yes, I said Massey Ferguson. I know I've been saying New Holland quite a bit. So I do apologize for that. Been hopping in the New Holland too much on the Pacific Northwest. Now here I am just rambling on. I'm still waiting for me to say, hello farmers, welcome to the Pacific Northwest on this map, but I haven't done it just yet. And if I did, it would be an outtake. I wouldn't actually put that in the actual beginning. Well, maybe I would because it's me. Why can't I? Oh, okay, it's because I'm on. There we go. It's like, why can't I do that? Why won't it work? Alright, so I need to go out and clean up the chickens. Step one. So yes, the money that we have, that's the max I could draw. That's all we have that we can spend on. I did a harvesting job in one of the big fields for like 13 grand. I'm like, that's a good paying job. It took forever. Even I got to use the Fendt. The nice Fendt. But it still took me forever. Still, fertilizing, in my opinion, is the best way to go. Oops, no, I didn't get it all. And one thing I have noticed about the animals is it seems like the cleaning area, it registers pretty quick with the animals. Alright, let's just make sure the Massey Ferguson is not parked in the zone. So if you go here, yes, saving, go to animals. Cleanliness doesn't really show it just yet. It's kind of fast, but I am interested to see today if one box is 1,000 liters. That'd be great because of this reason right here. Where are the eggs? Right here you can see. Yeah, right now it's 3,400 per 1,000 liters, but I don't know how much is in a box. Not a clue. But here we are. Let's fire up the good old harvester. And now we should get a good amount of canola on this harvest because the field is bigger. It's well taken care of. It's plowed, limed, fertilized, no weeds. I'm still trying to get used to, I've played so long with seasons, I'm still trying to get used to this normal growth where crops grow in a day. Just about a day. I'm thinking about maybe when we get more fields to slow it down to a slow growth rate. But really, I would like to expand the farm, obviously, because more fields you have, the more money you have. Working for someone else is okay. You just don't get the money from it. And I have learned, you know, you get spoiled with GPS. Yeah, it's kind of hard to, I won't say keep straight lines. You know, I do pretty well, I think. But knowing the width of a header and saying, well, like I'm trying to do here, I'm just trying to guess how many rows to skip. But we need to get to harvesting these 2 fields. And then probably hire a worker. I don't think I want to have to plow or lime it, I hope. I'm hoping by, even though the fields, because these were 2 separate fields, one needed plowing, one needed lime. I was hoping that by doing it as all one field, it resets it completely. I hope it doesn't only reset as when it needs it. But we'll harvest these fields. See what the status says afterwards. If it's all good, then we'll hire a worker to seed the fields for us, and we'll purchase that land across the way if she doesn't have a job for us to weed it, and we'll weed it ourselves, which would be don't charge to us because it's in the first growth stage. So we should be able to use the weeder itself. But let me get to harvesting this, and I'll bring it back. I do enjoy that weeds are a thing in the game. But man, they grow fast. I'm on 1 speed as I'm harvesting the field. Boom, you can see weeds are growing in the field already. I do know you can turn weeds off, but you know, it's a new feature of the game. I would love to have it. But they're growing already. I just barely harvested the field. But I think we got a good amount of canola, which is nice. Not a full trailer. But it's very good. We're going to go empty this trailer just so we can see how much we did get from the field. Look at the weeds. The weeds are growing. Not sure. And I did spray with herbicide too when it was in like almost the final growth stage where it was, and I sprayed it in the middle of the night. We can leave the combine on. So the field does not need to be fertilized, not fertilized, plowed or limed anywhere right now. I could just check the map page, because if I don't go over the right parts of the field, we're not going to really know. 8,100 liters of canola. With weeds growing in it, so yeah, that's a thing. My tractors, if you're looking at the wear and tear bar, whatever you want to call it, I'm pretty much down to 3/4 on them. Now that bar is still showing green. I'm going to let it go further to like half to see if it changes to yellow. I want to see if that bar color changes. I'm not going through as much fuel yet, so I'm not too concerned about it. I've yet to fill up any of my vehicles. Well, I got 2 vehicles. Well, 3 if you want to count the harvester. But I guess unless you reset your vehicle, which is something I don't think you want to do in this game, is reset it. I think they're trying to cut down people just resetting it back to the shop so they can get the new equipment that they're buying. As long as you don't do that, you should be okay, I do believe. Now, is this going to be in straw swath by itself, or do I have to activate it myself? No, perfect. We'll get to make more bales. So like before, I'm going to harvest this field is smaller, shouldn't take me as long. And then we'll probably go sell some canola I gotta bale this field up, but we'll get a worker going seeding the field that we just did. Yeah, we got a lot of things to do today. I don't think it's going to be an hour and a half long episode like episode 2 was. I just couldn't stop recording. The only thing that kind of gets me about what the devs did to this map is they pretty much, I'm not sure if I said this before yet, but I'm going to say it again if I already have. They pretty much know we're going to be starting this location, and there's not much flat ground around here to build on. Which kind of sucks. A lot of the flat land is on the bigger properties, which we're not going to be able to own for, I don't want to say a while. Because I'm used to seasons to where, you know, it takes a long time to harvest fields. But the rate we're harvesting fields, I think we're going to earn enough money to where we can, not too far in the future, have bigger fields. I mean, we bought this property, we had 3 fields. I couldn't harvest 2 of them because it was crop I didn't have a header for or a harvester for. But now we got, quote-unquote, 2 fields because we merged one, so it's bigger. And we're about to buy another one, and over there has got canola in it. But let me get to harvesting this, and I'll bring it back in a while. Well, with our harvesting all done, and weeds growing in this field now as well. Yeah, it's a thing, I guess. What I need to do is top off the chickens with their wheat. Only because we fed the original 30, and of course now I got like 90 whatever because they've been reproducing. But we ended up getting 5,750 grains of wheat out of that field. I do love the sound that you can hear the grain come out. Same thing when you're unloading your harvester into a trailer, you can hear the grain emptying into the trailer. Also, those bags of lime I did get out of this little pen. You can actually take, I did it with the Massey Ferguson, I went over the trunk of that car. You can just ride over it like a monster truck. Just don't land in the tub. I'm pretty sure if you get a wheel stuck in that tub, you might be in trouble. Well, let's go put some wheat in storage for the chickens. I'm trying to zoom in so you can hear it unload. Now I want to go to contracts. It's field 19 I'm looking for. See if she wants me to weed it for her. If not, we may just buy it now. Because we'll just have to fertilize it and weed it. And I'd rather weed it when it doesn't need it. If that makes sense. So let's go here as well first, I guess. We'll kill some more time and see if she needs anything. Am I over that? So where is my canola? Nope, went past it. Canola, start. Alright, where is our canola? Right here. $13.84 at the restaurant. I do like that. $13.84. Of course, I gotta go to the map because I have yet to sell anything. Oh, the restaurant's right up here. That is perfect. That is what I like to see. Our trailer is not full, but it's full enough. But with the price that it is, let's go in cab so you can see what's like in cab. But the price that it is, you know, we should get, wait, what was the price? I don't know. Well, I know it's over 1,000, so we're going to get at least 12 grand from this, which is great. The first cut, you know, was a small field, so we did get like, I think it was like just shy of 4 grand from that. I'm probably not going to do canola again in that field right now. We'll switch to a different crop. Obviously a crop I can harvest. I don't want to. It's one thing about this game now. It seems like everyone's planting sugar beet, potato, cotton, sugar cane. It's like because before I was looking at the big fields, I'm like, I like to buy one of those, and that's what they're all planting. Like, I don't have no machines to harvest that stuff. Stop planting that stuff. I've yet to see a contract where I can seed a field. In 17, what I used to do when it came to seeding a field I wanted to buy, I would go there when it's time to seed it, and I keep taking the mission. Of course, in 17 there were missions, and I kept taking the mission, and I would decline it after I realized it's not the crop that I wanted in the field. And I'll just keep taking jobs until it's like, yep, that's the crop I want in there. Alright, we are here. Yes, empty the canola, please. Our first real money-making job that we have here on our own, other than contracts. 16.3, really good, and we have to go far to do it. I will say this, because it just came to my mind. I did a contract job in field 13 right here. So this is where I use the Fent. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, well, I can show you the Fent in the shop. But yeah, I did this job here. I harvested the whole field and I had to deliver up here. If you deliver more than what the contract needs, I actually got about $2,500 income from the extra grain that I brought up. Just make sure you don't go to the missions page and collect before you finish the entire, until you deliver all the grain that you want. So when it comes to harvesting, it's kind of like 17 to where you don't have to do the entire job per se. You only have to do like 90% of the field or 95% of the field. When it comes to harvesting, on the big field, I would harvest the whole field. Then when you deliver it, now this may be fixed later on, I don't know. But as of right now, I got $2,500 extra from income from the harvest. All right, so we just made 16 grand, which is great. So now we're up to 326 grand. But let me go back to the farm, get some things squared away, and I'll see you in a second. I have baled the field, and now I'm loading up the trailer, which has been not too bad actually, except for a couple of situations. Like I said, I think it actually could hold 32. I actually made 12 bales. The first time we made 10. But also when we ended the first time, there was almost a full bale in the baler. I think we were at 3,700 liters, not enough to make a bale, so we made probably just one extra bale this time. I don't know if because of we limed the field. I don't know if the production was better because of that or what. But I do have the case tractor holding the trailer in place because I don't want... Really, you're going to slide back on here? They're not too bad, if I say so myself. Oh yeah, I also went to the workshop and painted the bale spike red. Just so I could actually see better. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to save the game because I couldn't get this bale in for some reason. These bales are kind of stuck. And I tried coming from this end, getting the bale spike in to move it in, and it just started doing a whole bunch of weird things. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is come here, I'm going to save the game. And what happens, is it X? Yes, it's X. What's going to happen here? Alright, that's not the worst thing. So I think you only go 3 high. The bales are kind of shifting around in there. It's kind of confusing because when it unfolds, the rails lift up. So I thought it was 4 high, but it's actually only 3 high. So yeah, so that would be 24 bales it should be able to hold. So some of these may fall out on our journey. But then again, I couldn't get 4 deep either because I didn't get the bales in that tight. I'm not that good of a stacker. Can I strap these in? There's no. Is there a strap button on this one? No, I don't see an L button. Well, if I drop some bales, we'll have to just keep an eye to make sure where they are. So I got 4 on top. Okay. Well, I got 3 on top. So I know where the barn is. That's where we're headed right now, to the barn. It's kind of a weird way to... Well, for us, it's going to be a little bit of a weird way to get there. No one else would go this way. I'm hoping all the bales stay here. That camera angle, again, still does that. Stop it. Stop it. I'm not sure I took the right dirt road here. Oh, I hate that camera when it does that. I usually would... Did I just drop one? Yes. I usually would be driving in cab, but I'm trying to keep an eye on my bales to see what they're doing. Oh, why does... I don't know why all of a sudden it just zooms right in all of a sudden. Your dryer on final just zooms right in. But the sell point for the bales, you can... wait, am I in the right place? I don't think I'm at the right place. Am I? Yes I am. Okay. Interesting. And now some of the bales are starting to settle in little by little. This should be the sell point right here. Hopefully I don't have to unload them. Okay, some of them are selling. Interesting. $3.45 a bale, that's not bad. Do I have to unfold this? Alright. Fold it back up. I guess we can go down the road because I can't pick up the bale that was there. So we got 3 bales there just laying about. I'll pick them up after I finish recording here. I mean, it's not a great amount of money, but eventually it'll pay off for the trailer and, well, probably it'll take a while to pay off for the baler itself, but the baler is something we need. Eventually we'll have a field that's got some kind of grass into it so we can make silage. Basically wrap up, do some grass bales and then wrap them up if we wanted to, or I haven't figured out how we're going to do that yet, but we're not that far into the game yet to know exactly how to do it. Okay, let me rephrase that. I know how to do it. We're not that far into the game yet. Alright, so let's bring this back here. Like I said, I'll go off cam, pick up the bales, and I'll go up and sell them again. But, you know, a little bit of money here, a little bit of money there, it's all good. Let me just drop that off. So let me go back into here. Looking for field 19 for weeding. No. So I think what we're going to do is turn the engine off. Oh, I don't have to run over. What am I doing? I can just, I was thinking run over to the, like the for sale signs that they used to have. So she did plant canola there. It is a, I think it's her, Deborah's is the name. $210 for this small little field, which is fine because, you know, instead of coming, you know, it's right across the way. So yes, we want to buy the land. The land is now ours. So that leaves us with $122,000. But we own another field, so that's going to be more income almost every other day-ish. I'll leave the bale spike on, but the first thing I want to do, I want to go over there and weed it before it grows. So I don't actually have to use herbicide. Nope, that is the sprayer. I don't want the sprayer. I want the weeder itself. It's actually, I mean, I did use this in 17 when it first came out, but as we found out later, it just counted as a stage of fertilization, which was like, okay. Because there was really no weeds. But now with this field being ours over here, I got more of an area to put down placeables. Might as well start at the top and work our way down. I might make this field bigger in the future. So you can see we are removing the weeds. Now this one here, I do believe it shows I can plant. I think it's grass I'm allowed to plant with this. I'm not sure. Because I never really used them in 17 after I realized they didn't really do anything different other than it used fertilization. And all the mods that we had, eventually it's like I didn't really need to buy the implement. Another implement on the yard that you just was unnecessary, I guess is what I should be saying. But yeah. But let me get to weeding this field here. And we will continue with our workday. We are free of weeds. Almost. Now we are. Nice and simple. Don't have to buy a herbicide. Well, I got herbicide, but we don't have to use it at least. Eventually I'll probably have the bigger weeder once we start getting bigger fields. But I can't believe like that. Those are two fields right there we just harvested. They already got weeds in them everywhere. But at least this time we don't have to plow, lime, anything like that. Don't hit the baler. The baler's our friend. I can't help it every time I back into this shed, I just look at everything and everything's red. Oh man. That will change at some point. So let's go back to the workshop area. I'll actually drop off the front loader right here. Don't flip over that thing because, well, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put regular tires back on it. We're going to set this off on a worker to seed the fields that we just harvested. Eventually I'll just have a dedicated tractor like probably this one here. Customize. Not narrow tires. Nope. So you can see over here where it says options, you can see I had to spend $200 for the narrow tires. So if I go back to just regular wide tires, 0, because I've already paid for them. They must be sitting in my shop. So once you get done customizing, you got to come down and hit customize again, and they'll ask if you want to do this for $0. Yes, I do. Now the question is, when I bought the seed drill, I did fill it up at the shop before I brought it back. I have yet to need more seed, but I've got a funny feeling that it's going to be very close to where I probably need seed again. Alright. Come on, right over here, sir. I think this has enough horsepower to do this. I don't remember. Nope, nope. I could do oats. Nope. Let me check this to make sure, before I play anything, that the header I have will harvest what I need. What I'll be seeding here. Yes, it does. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Wait, $200 new vehicles. What? Wait, what? What? Why did I say $200 new vehicles? Did I just... I didn't click purchase, did I? No, I only got one. What was the $200 for? Anywho, I don't know. Don't know. But you can see in our seed, we still got, we're halfway on it. So we're good to go for a while. So you can go ahead and plant soybeans. What I'm kind of interested in is we're going to take their eggs. I would like to do it when it was completely full. I can't, if all these are 1,000 liters, then chickens are OP. But I have a funny feeling these may be 100 per box. Why are you stuck there for? And I'm pretty sure someone's going to come up with a mod where you don't have to hand pick them, you can just auto load them. And before I start recording this episode, I did go on some mod hubs, and there are a lot of FS19 mods already out there. I would just say be cautious about them, because I was seeing a lot of people in the comments for each individual mod saying, you know, this mod's is showing up, but it doesn't show up in game, or things like that. There were a couple that people were giving a lot of thumbs up. It was basically on tractors. I think people were just re-editing the horsepower on them. Come on, line up. There we go. Can I strap this stuff in? No, I cannot. I shouldn't really go anywhere. But speaking of going somewhere, where am I going? That's the question. That's the question. Well, 3404 at the Central Grain Elevator. I think I know where that is. It's in the center. No, it's not in the center. I thought it was this one right here. I'm wrong. Alright, so I know where I'm going. Just quick look at the map. I'll see up there. We'll see how much one box of eggs sells for. Or, well, how much we get per box. I just gotta be careful not to fly too fast because I can't strap these in. Well, we are here with our eggs. The question now becomes of how much do we get per box. Now, one of these boxes may not be completely full. First thing I'm going to do is, what you do is you just take your eggs and throw them off the side. I'm going to say there's going to be 100 eggs per box. So I should get 1/10 of the price. So at 3,200, I'm thinking I'm going to get 320 per box. Maybe. Do I just bring them up here and 516. $516. So why won't that one sell? Let me guess, is that the box that's not full? If I can't sell full boxes, that's gonna... 516. That must be the box that's not full. Is there nothing in it? Oh, man. How am I gonna sell that? Okay, it's not selling this one either. Are my eggs broken on the inside? $25. Okay. Now it must have been the 516. Where was that? 516. $3,400. Let me just do some calculations here, see if I can figure this out. Alright, so my calculations, the price we're getting is about 15% of that. So there's 150 eggs or 150 liters per box. So, so 7 boxes-ish is going to get you 1,000 liters. If you want to go by that. Interesting. But, yeah, we made some more cash, which is good. But now I need to head back to the farm. Because we're going to do one more thing before we call it an episode. So I'll meet you back there. Look what we have. We have a pressure washer. Yay! $4,500 for a pressure washer, but, you know. You gotta have clean tractors now and then. This one doesn't look that bad, but I will say that I like the looks of the dirt. Really? I went that far away from the tractor? Alright. The looks of the dirt look a lot better. I can actually show you the Massey Ferguson. That one's a little bit more filthy. I didn't know where to put it. And this looked like the best spot. It was more out of the way. And now our tractor is looking so much better. So next time I bring the eggs up to wherever it is, I'm just going to leave in the back of the trailer. And see if they sell that way. Which I'm sure they will. There's a tree there, Peanut. Yes, I saw it. It came out of nowhere. And there's a bale there I got to pick up. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here. Really, I don't. I'm supposed to be parking this trailer over by the eggs. Like that will do. There's already one box of eggs there. Well, there's an egg in there maybe. That's about it. Let's try not to hit the tree again. At least the dolly on the baling trailer hasn't gone haywire on me again. There we go. Last thing I'll show you though, if I get into the Massey Ferguson, you can see how the dirt looks a lot better because the tractor is a little bit more filthy. It's like if you look at the mirror on the side, you can see how the mud, it's almost like mud on there instead of just patches of little dirt. Same with that mirror over there. The inside, if I lean forward, my track IR, you know, it's got to do all this weird stuff. So that's how it looks on the inside, but no sense to cleaning that until they get done seeding this field and that field up there. That bale's not going to be in your way, is it? Alright. Yeah, so I got 3 bales to pick up, but I can't because that's being used. We bought that field over there. We did harvesting. We made some cash save, but we spent more than we made. But really, like I said, in regular mode, not in seasons, I got to get used to this being able to harvest almost every day. Like I said, I may slow it down, put the growth on slow, just to help us out. Because the more fields we get, then the harder it's going to be able to keep up with these, unless I start buying more tractors and hire help that way. But that is going to do it for this episode, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I appreciate you watching as always, and I'll see you next time on Ravenport. But until then, have a good one.